I have to mention is all of these websites, whether you go to Established Titles or any of the companies that own or work with Established Titles, there is no mention of them ever having an office anywhere in Scotland or the UK. They are firmly based out of Hong Kong. They have no connection whatsoever to Scotland, and they don't seem to have any offices there. Now, if you actually go to Established Titles, they do have an address for in Scotland, and that address just leads to one of the plots of land that they have bought. So they do own a bunch of land in Scotland, but they don't appear to have any offices there.
Now,
Yeah, this means that Established Titles were the only actual people that bought land in Scotland only. Okay? For me, I never went there. Okay? Because for me, I always dreamed of being royalty, but apparently I have to be born royalty. Apparently. Okay, I don't know how the whole you can become the first king and the family tree thing goes, but you know what? Doesn't matter. But still, that means that if you buy the little souvenir that's just a piece of paper that's worthless, which a souvenir is just a souvenir. It's like buying a plastic crown and saying, "Oh, look, I put it on top of my head. I'm a king now." No. That's like going to a high school prom and they vote you prom queen and and then they vote the girl to be prom queen. But do the crowns mean you're prom royalty? No, it's just a way to make you feel special, just like established titles. So that means that established titles was the only ones that actually bought land in Scotland, which they just put a location for it on their website, I guess. So that means that when you buy their little scam like souvenir, that means that you didn't buy it. You didn't buy it as in you didn't buy any land. I didn't buy any land. If I even had one of those little scam souvenirs, which I'm not doing because they're expensive as hell. So I'm not doing that. So again, if you buy the souvenir, it doesn't mean you're a king or a queen or a lord or lady or whatever the hell they want you to believe. Okay? So again, it just means that you didn't buy it, I didn't buy it, I didn't buy you nobody bought any land but the company established titles, is what this guy is saying basically.
Scott himself actually called out every single YouTuber that has promoted established titles, and this is a ridiculous amount of YouTubers. This list is huge, and just to be completely transparent with you guys, we have even been offered an established title sponsorship like 5 or 6 different times for over a year now, but clearly we didn't accept this sponsorship because we decided to stop doing sponsors years ago. We just don't need the money. So obviously there have been a ton of YouTubers who have been asked to do this sponsorship, and actually one of the main people who's called out in this video for promoting this is Muda, okay? And Muda recently just made a video saying that he's cutting all ties.
This is actually like very sad to see because like I don't think I saw Muda promote a a scam company, I guess. Cause like the only sponsorship I think it was, or I'm having some Mandela effect moment where like I think I saw him only promote a NordVPN or something like that. Other than that, there would always be like G Fuel in his background, I think. I haven't seen his videos in a while, but I think I saw that, but I don't think it was a sponsorship. I'm pretty sure they were just they were just there for him to drink, I guess, whenever he was like off camera, I guess. I don't know.
With established titles.
Hello, guys and gals. Me, Muda.
And you know what? I actually always trusted Muda with with information from from companies that may be scamming you, or this YouTuber that did this or that or whatever. But like he was always an accurate source for some reason to me. Like if I needed to know something important that was on the news or whatever, or was important to me, or or got me interested, I would always just go to his videos and be like, oh, so this is true. But like I don't know why he was a trusted source, but you know what? He still is, no matter what. I mean, it could have been a mistake. It's honestly just a big whole misunderstanding. He probably didn't know at the time, so I mean, come on, like they say that like they honestly just give you they honestly give you a good amount of money when you sponsor established titles, when in reality YouTubers just sponsor them for the money and don't realize they're promoting the scam. So yeah.
And I have made an actual genuine mistake here, and I definitely do feel like ripping the band-aid off and actually apologizing and taking ownership for it is the actual smart, adult, and reasonable thing to do. Now, of course, when you're on YouTube, there's going to be mistakes you make, you're going to be called out, and unfortunately, in some cases, you are absolutely in the wrong. And this is one of those things where I genuinely do want to accept anything wrong that I've done and try to make it actually better. So again, when we looked at things a little bit closer, given recent events, we just decided to cut ties because there's no point having all of that, ruin the relationship that we have built. And again, I want to take the big old L on that because I should have done a lot better in assessing and reassessing and checking all these sponsorships for myself. At this point, a lot of this stuff is done by a third party, but that's no excuse for it. Obviously, the third party decides, but I ultimately should and do have the final say so. And I should have done my due diligence to look at this stuff and get it over with. There's a lot of sponsorships we don't take on this channel. Some of them pay an exorbitant amount of money.
And many fans are supporting Muta throughout this whole situation because they respect him for actually coming out and admitting his mistake here. There's also been other YouTubers that were called out here that are now coming out saying that they are completely cutting ties with established titles and they're talking about their situation. They're being transparent about this whole thing. And we do think that in the next week, we're going to see a lot more big YouTubers explain their sides of the story and why they decide to promote established titles. But we've also seen YouTubers who were just recently sponsored by established titles who are now doubling down and they are defending established titles because they claim here that this video from Scott was misleading.
The whole thing could have been avoided. Hi there. If you're watching this video, you've probably seen a recent viral hit claiming established titles is YouTube's biggest scam. Established titles might
Now I did see this whole scares video, and these guys are idiots for defending established titles, because dude, how in the world do you not see this? Like, if these YouTubers that saw this scares video saw who the owner is, and then they saw the whole section of the established titles thing, and saw that the guy that made all those other websites, including DealDash, they would see why it's such a big deal and such a big scam. Okay? Like, seriously, don't be defending a souvenir that's a scam. Like, how do we even know they even actually planted a tree anywhere to help the environment? Like, seriously, how do we know they didn't just take the money and just threw that little tree seed away and say, oh, we got another purchase for our souvenir. Oh, and then like an employee comes up to them and says, hey sir, you want us to plant another seed for this tree? But the CEO of Established Titles was like, nah bro, just throw it